Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Wherever you are, remember you have greatness inside of you. Welcome back to another AB Daily News with the hockey coach Guru Paul Frenchy. Today, episode number 344. What do you mean, coach? First of all, guys, we want to talk about the Montreal Canadiens Development Camp. Secondly, we have AB News. And finally, we have for you guys the AB UFA. But before we start, guys, we invite you, don't forget, please, to click on the like, subscribe to the Hockey National Show, and leave us a comments about this episode. Let's dive in talking about my first subject of the day. My first subject of the day, guys, is about the Montreal Canadiens Development Camp. We know the camp starts July 1st to the July 4th. By the way, happy Canada and happy Independence holidays for both countries. Montreal Canadiens invite 37 different players are going to be at the camp, 19 forward, 13 defensemen, and 5 goalies. The good thing about this, guys, hockey fans are going to have an opportunity to watch for the first time different players draft by the Montreal Canadiens at the NHL draft. David Rebacker, Florian Jacquet, and Jacob Fowler, plus some returning players, ab prospect like Lane Hudson, Logan Mailloux, Joshua Roy, and Owen Beck. More prospects are going to be there, but if you want to pay a little bit more attention to those players, they are going to be at the AB Montreal Canadiens. I would like to hear from you guys, which player are you going to follow the most during the Montreal Canadiens Development Camp? This concludes, guys, my first subject of the day. My second subject of the day is about the Montreal Canadiens news. First of all, the Montreal Canadiens submit qualify offer to 6 different players, RHP, Newhook, Ilonen, Baudin, Condola, and Stephen. The last 3 players play with the Laval Rocket, and we know RHP Ilonen play over 30 games with the Montreal Canadiens during the season 2022-2023, and they just traded with the Colorado Avalanche for Alex Newhook. Unfortunately, this is the end for Denis Kurinoff and Joel Testel with the Montreal Canadiens organization. Both of them are going to be now on the UFA market. Now, the only way they can return with the Montreal Canadiens is the Montreal submit to them lower contract salary. We'll see if both of them are going to go somewhere else or stay with the Montreal Canadiens organization. My second news for the Montreal Canadiens is about the NHL Draft 2023. Great. I give them a B-. Why, coach? Because they select an amazing, great defenseman, David Rebacker. They got and trade Alex Newhook, and finally they get the goaltender Jacob Fowler. They fill up 2 holes they're really looking for. Like Hugo said 18 months ago, it's very important for Montreal Canadiens fill up some different position in their lineup to become a solid team in NHL. A center, a right defenseman, and the goalies. And right now, with the center, they have Kirby Dach and Newhook. As a right defenseman, they got Rebacker, and they got Justin Barron. And finally, as a goaltender, we know now they've got 3 different goaltenders in the NHL Draft 2023. One of them is Jacob Fowler. I would like to hear from you guys. What do you think about this subject? How do you feel about the Montreal Canadiens draft overall? Give me a grade if you want to. And this concludes, guys, my second subject of the day. Let's move on for my third subject of the day. My last subject of the day, guys, about the Montreal Canadiens UFA market. We know July 1st, guys. This is the date where the NHL team can offer contracts to different UFA players. First of all, the Montreal Canadiens have already extra skater. With that, I don't think the Montreal Canadiens are going to offer any players on the UFA market at this moment, unfortunately. It is what it is. Montreal are really focusing to possible to make some trade during that day, by the way. Try to trade at some point Jordan Edmondson and Christian Dvorak, or possible Mike Hoffman. If this could happen, this pretty much what the Canadiens is going to do. Is going to be a little bit a boring day if you are a Montreal Canadien. This is not the year the Montreal Canadiens are going to add players by the via of the UFA. And 2024 and 2025, you're going to be excited because I believe Montreal Canadiens are going to make a big splash during the UFA market. And that's pretty much what we have today, guys, on this episode. I would like to hear from you guys. What do you think? Do you feel like the Montreal Canadiens are going to make some signature or not during the UFA market? And this concludes, guys, all the subject we have on this episode. Here we go, guys. Today we talk about the Montreal Canadiens Development Camp, the Montreal Canadiens News, Montreal Canadiens UFA Market. Before we leave, guys, we invite you, don't forget, please, to click on the like, subscribe to the Hockey Nation Show, and leave us a comments about this episode. And, of course, we want to remind you, you have greatness inside of you, and we wish you an amazing, great, blessing day, everybody.